All right, welcome everyone. Today, we're going to break down a Korean grammar pattern that is just packed with emotion. We're talking about those moments of total finality. Whether it's that, oops, I shouldn't have done that feeling, or that, phew, I'm so glad that's over, sigh of relief. Let's just dive right in.
So let's start with a scenario that I think pretty much all of us have been in. You're on a diet, you're doing so well, and then there's a delicious piece of cake, and you eat it. Now, you don't want to just say, I ate the cake. You want to get across that feeling of, oh no, what have I done? So how do you do that in Korean?
Well, the secret lies in this really powerful little grammar pattern. 버렸어. This is the magic ingredient that takes a simple action and just injects it with a whole lot of feeling. So at its core, this pattern is all about finality. You can think of it as the Korean way of saying, I've gone and done it, or I ended up doing it. The point is the action is totally finished, there's no going back, and now you're left dealing with the emotions.
Let's pull apart this sentence to see how it works. You start with the setup. 참지 못하고. I couldn't stand it, I couldn't resist. Then you have your main action. 먹어, to eat. And here's the kicker. 버렸어. Now this word literally means to throw away. So when you add it to a verb, it's like you're saying you did the action. And now it's done. It's gone. You've thrown it away. You can't undo it. Now let's look at the most common feeling you'll get from this pattern. And that's that classic oops moment, full of regret.
This isn't just saying I forgot. When you say 잊어버렸어, you're really saying it totally slipped your mind, like the memory just vanished into thin air. You can almost hear the slight panic in your voice, right? This one is a perfect example of that irreversible feeling. Saying 잃어버렸어 makes it sound like the wallet isn't just misplaced, it's gone. The act of losing it is complete, and you're stuck with that sinking feeling in your stomach. Ah, yes, the classic foot-in-mouth situation. 말해버렸어 is the perfect way to say, I've gone and said it and there's absolutely no taking it back now. The cat is out of the bag. Oops. So this is the really crucial thing to get. 먹었어 is just a neutral fact. I ate. That's it. End of story. But 먹어버렸어? Now that has a story behind it. It suggests I ate it and I really shouldn't have, or I went and ate the whole thing and now it's all gone. It's the difference between just giving a report and telling a little story. But here is where it gets really interesting. This grammar pattern isn't all about doom and gloom. It actually has this completely different, totally positive side to it. So, is it always about making a mistake? Nope. Let's see how this exact same grammar can create a feeling of complete and total relief. Just imagine you've been slaving away at some huge, stressful report for weeks. You finally hit send. How do you express that feeling of, it is done? And boom, this is it. 끝내버렸어. This doesn't just mean I finished. It means I crushed it. I finished it all, and now that burden is gone. See? The finality here isn't regret, it's relief. It's that wonderful pew moment. Okay, so you get the oops and you get the pew. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty so you can start building these sentences for yourself. It's a pretty straightforward 3-step process. First, you just take the stem of your verb. Then you look at the very last vowel in that stem. If it's what we call a bright vowel like or o, you're going to use 아버렸어. For pretty much everything else, the dark vowels, you use 아버렸어. And for all those super common 하다 verbs, it just becomes 해버렸어. It's that simple. And of course, you can easily change the politeness level. Just like a lot of other grammar in Korean, all you gotta do is pop a 요 at the very end to make it formal. So our casual 먹어버렸어 becomes the polite 먹어버렸어요. Easy peasy. All right, that's enough theory for now. Let's put this into practice and see if you can really start to feel the nuance here. Okay, picture this. You're walking past a store, you see these amazing shoes, and your self-control just completely flies out the window. Now you're staring at your credit card bill with just a little bit of dread. So, how do you capture that impulsive, I've gone and done it, feeling in one phrase? Remember, the verb for to buy is 사다. Yes, that's it. 사버렸어. The verb stem is 사, which has that bright vowel 아, so you add 아버렸어, and you get that perfect phrase for impulsive shopping regret. Okay, next up is a feeling that, unfortunately, we all know way too well. It's that heart-stopping moment when you click delete and immediately realize it was the wrong file. What's the best way to say that this was a terrible, irreversible digital mistake?
The verb you're looking for is 치우다.
How's that going to combine?
You got it. The answer is 치워 버렸어. The verb 치우다 gets smushed together with 버렸어 to create that perfect oops. It tells you that the file is gone, it's gone for good, and you're probably not getting it back.
So, when you boil it all down, the main thing to remember is that 잊어버렸어 is a grammar pattern with two very different faces. It's your go-to tool when you want to add some real emotional weight to a finished action, whether that's the sting of regret or a huge sigh of relief.
And now, to really make this stick, it's your turn. I want you to think about your past week. What's one thing you ended up doing? Did you finally finish that terrible assignment? Or did you accidentally break something? Try to make your own sentence and really feel that oops or that phew